one of the most important ones in the LPL. He picked this Ornn against TS months
ago,
and he's looking to fight with it into the Rumble. 369 flashes and dies for the first kill of this series. Some safety. Cream is out of mana, but Kyle is out of dashes to get back to safety. He falls, but in comes Flandre with the Ornn. Hits onto two. Tarzan goes into the untargetable, but the shield bails out Kanavi. Sneaks away with a sliver of help, but no! Yep, Chains of Corruption comes across. Kyle trying to chain the CC together. Does it perfectly. There was nothing Chris could do. That guy didn't move the entire time. He just blinked back to a gray screen. And now 369 follows him. Up further up creek here. TS are trying to force their fight with the flank manifesting. 369 finds that pick, and now Tarzan, Hope, and Kyle have a lot less angles to get out, and Kanavi is sniffing for a kill. Kyle gets found out. Hope has to flash away from Chris, but here comes the curtain call. You don't need the damage. You just need the slows. Double stun from Chris. 4 shots sinks through, but Kanavi is completely burned through. Tarzan finds the first kill. He's got all the pack with him, but he can't get onto Chris until he jumps back forward, finds himself another reset. Tarzan is certainly going to make it costly for him to drop, but TS play the map well enough and open up the map. And
if that Q would have landed, maybe would have been fine, but Shank's finding a kill, it seems, on live.
That scaling threat. Flandre delivers on the dive. That's another turret down, and no flash, nor Ornn. Flandre, how much time can you buy becomes the question. He's surviving a pretty long time. Nobody wanted to commit to find the kill, and they left Kanavi. They hung him out to dry under the turret. First kill found. Tarzan gets a reset. They try to find Tarzan. Kyle takes the last 4 shot, and boy, was that a great sacrifice because 369's the trade. Now Hope steps up, but Cream's already half HP. These arrows are about to start hurting if they land. But Tarzan's trying to slip out. Look who's on the hunt. It's JackieLove flashing after him. Smells blood in the water, and he sinks it home with a crit shot. That's the difference you get from JackieLove. Emperor's Divide, but immediately just pops Kanavi. There's the Shakes difference. There's the 2-item Azir difference. And now TS are scrambling to find some way back in towards this Otacon, who, by the way, is doing a fair share of damage on the back end, just churning through AL's health bars, and now they're completely scattered. AP coming in, but there goes Kyle, secured by Tarzan. They get the Otacon. Shakes stasis is the crash down from Chris. Can Shakes get back out to safety? No, Kanavi's following after him. How much value does Shakes get? Absolutely nothing. 369, though, does not survive Tarzan's rampage, but anyone's legend just cannot fight without Shakes. TES's target selection reigns supreme. They're walking into 369's trap, throws down the equalizer, but he's a little too far forward on his own, but they find the kill into Hope. They commit a ton of ultimates, not towards Shakes this time, but towards the AD carry. Can Shakes step up and push the damage to the Sam soldiers? Look at the Emperor's Divide, throws on to Kanavi. He gets out, and Tarzan is sold out by JackieLove, barely able to survive. Kanavi uses the GA to buy more time for Cream, who nearly eviscerates Kyle, but Shakes flies in with the army behind him. JackieLove can't step up to try and decide this fight. AL bide their timing. No, he goes into stasis, gets away from the deadly flourish. JackieLove about half HP, but Shakes flies in. Can the crit shot come? No, the bell has not been rung, and Shakes is going to cash in a double that sets up Cloud Soul for anyone's legends. Oh, they're going all out. Look at it. Shakes fly in. Cream is completely cooked. Shakes' Azir does not disappoint and blows TES out of the water. What a pick to find. Guaranteeing Baron now swings back into the hands of AL. Another huge arrow
that we talked about for Flandre, for Kyle. They're back up and ready, and now 369, what are you doing?
You're completely out of your element. You're way too far up. That is free pickings for AL. And they're going after Kanavi. He gets knocked up. Kyle finds that pick. The GA is only going to bide him some mere seconds as he watches his fate be sealed. The cease and desist is a marginal play. Kanavi falls. AL will turn back towards the Elder. There's only one way through to try and fight, but Cream's already at about half HP. Shanks is getting a ton of damage through. Kyle goes in, and Equalizer does nothing. Shanks' damage is just ludicrous, and AL bring the boom and knock TES down in this series with Elder to sing it home. It was topsy-turvy, but anyone's legends were up for the task, and they are going to repeat the last series, go up 1-0 over Top Esports.
Go toe-to-toe with a Corki quite nicely.
So persistent. JackieLove flashes. That's a perilous bullet time trying to save his own skin. And Kanavi, in comes Tarzan. The Glacial Prison on the backside of Kyle will trade him. But that's support for top laner. And look at Hope, who just gets the free hit this entire fight home. All the space brought by Kyle cashes feats of warfare for anyone's legend. Look at the pick that Kyle has found live. He picks off 369 without a flash. The live feed doesn't do that justice. It's Kyle again. He takes the turret aggro a bit early before the minions, but Unbreakable Will getting a ton of value, and he just layers the stun so well. Kyle is running. Navi, this is a 50-50. He just gift wrapped the Drake and then jumps into Flandra. Shanks is here. AL are playing like they're 6'5" on the map right now, and they are just bodying the 10-1 top esports. Here we go, though. Kyle, star of the show so far. Grabbing the attention of 3, make it 4. And he is definitely caught. Also a teleport coming through from Shanks. Harold, Hope's got to be careful stepping up this far as well. The numbers are definitely to the side of TES, but maybe the shockwave damage alongside the Pantheon is enough to get Chris. The Glacial Blizzard does not stop the Q forward. Flashes forward, 369 with that killer instinct. Gonna punish Hope for trying to take down Jackie Love. All that just to protect the mid-tier 1 turret. Chip Pedigree. They've made dramatic comebacks, know how to play from behind, but
hold on,
I don't know if 369 knows how to play into the Maiden and this Yorick. Tarzan flies in to secure the kill, but I think that one was a 1v1. Cream by, another slow comes across. He goes flash for flash, but the ghouls will follow you anywhere, Cream. Flandra solo bolo.
And now it's a question for top esports.
Kyle, they have the teleporter Shanks coming across here. Hope off to the side. Kyle flies in, gets a 2-man knockup. It's onto Jackie Love. Melee burns the barrier. Kanavi sectioned off, though. The bullet time is hitting nobody until the hook comes in and finds Shanks. Grand Starfall comes across. They're going to go all after Jackie Love. Can Tarzan do enough burst damage? Yes, he can. Down falls Jackie Love. Tarzan and Chris flashing out to safety. And 369 on the wrong side of the fight is trying to run for high heaven. Just buying time. Getting a whole lot of work done here, but finally the auto sinks through and locks in another AL team fight win. Watch right now. The push and pull, marvelous between the two.
Yeah, and they are doing exactly what they need to with getting that gold onto the Yorick, and now Shockwave again.
Oh, it's all onto Chris, though, so they commit the Shockwave onto Chris. They still have damage dealers like Cream and Jackie Love trying to push out a ton of damage on the backside, but that bullet time gets 0 value. That is a dollar store bullet time from Jackie Love, and 369 gets stunned up by Tarzan, who just reads them like a book. Jackie Love has nowhere to go. Shanks and Hope are waiting on cooldowns. Jackie Love flashing forward, trying to desperately make the difference, but just like TES, it falls flat. Be their time to shine. Kyle, this guy just ignores damage with ease. Tarzan flies in. Bullet time completely blocked by Tarzan, but the shockwave doesn't find its mark on it, and he carries. It's Chris to die first. This time Shanks and Cream are both a part of this fight. But look at Flandra. You were asking for him to finally join the bounce, and boy, did he make a statement just casually walking up with the maiden and eviscerating that fight. And now he's flashing after Cream. Flandra wants the brooms out. Flandra wants the sweep of your defending champion. It is 25 minutes. And TES are battered, they're bruised, and they are done for. Today is not the name of just anyone's legends, it's these 5 legends as they toppled